Hi all, this is part 15 of Felid Venom Mage. Barring the 15 rune centaur, this is now the most episodes of any playthrough I've done. That's the Felid life. It's not a short one, even though they do have many. Although we haven't died yet, so maybe we do have one life, I don't know. We've never actually tested. It says 2, but do we actually know that I'll respawn if I die? I don't know, we've never seen. Anyway, we're in Vaults 5. We haven't yet found the rune. We've mostly been sort of sneaking around, trying to take enemies out one at a time, occasionally nearly dying. But not quite. Making it out by a whisker. Alright, and we're gonna see if we can actually make it to this side and do the entirety of the outside. Maybe we'll even get this feel at home. I would love to be able to find application somewhere in here, but it's looking like that's probably unlikely, but we'll see. Even though, oh, new rings. Curse loudness, great. I don't remember what I actually had on. I think we were using stealth. Where is it? Not sure. Let's just put on protection from fire and then not worry about it. Oh, that's a book. If we could get, where's my ogrebs? There it is. If we could get application, it would make getting the Orb of Zot potentially a lot easier. Book of Frost, not quite. Don't really want to do Ozakuba's armour. Even though you can get extra AC off it, you also... bail. It also makes you move slowly, which Felids aren't that fast. It's not like if you're a Spriggan and you get slowed, or you're a Centaur and you get slowed, you're still faster than everything. But that's not true for a Felid. Or at least a lot of things. Okay, blind. Good. Yeah, sweet. And I'm just checking what we're carrying around in terms of spells. None of these are too exciting. Aura of Abjuration can be useful, but we'd have to train more summoning just for that, which is not really worth it. Hey, there's our rune. Okay, so we can leave now, but we're going to explore around. If Appetition's not in here, I very much doubt we're finding it in Zot. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen books in Zot. I don't know why not, but I can't remember ever seeing a book in there. I'm just gonna tab them. At this point, we've got almost 16 unarmed skill, so we're actually not too bad at tabbing things to death. There you go, 16. Fancy that. What are we doing? Invocations, dodging, unarmed fighting. Okay. Didn't want to step in the door there because with the Vault Warden in there, we would have been trapped. The auto targeter on the macro keeps picking the guy who's already confused. Alright, let's just leave him alone, we'll heal up. No, he's nearly dead. Come on. Alright, never mind. was his problem? I don't know. More books. That's good. We've got protection from fire on. Okay, never mind. This is bad. Alright, time to bail. We still have 3 scrolls of blinking. I don't mind just using those because we're about to go into Zot, at which point they become useless anyway. At that point they're random and we have the blink spell. So even though this isn't bad yet, it might not even go bad. I'd rather just blink scroll out of here. Probably Confusing Touch is the best bet on him. Yeah. I'm going to heal up before we do the Shadow Dragon. Or maybe not. He's hasted. Oh man, how did he haste himself? He drank a potion of haste. This is crazy. If you could just be Confusing Touched, please. There we go. Dear. So what's... Yeah, Confusion's like 40%. Maybe we should just be doing that. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna run away from the Shadow Dragon. Jeez, hasted Fire Giant. It's not your everyday Fire Giant. Okay, so much for 40% confusion chance. That was like another one of those. It's 40% and then we fail it 10 times in a row. Oh, hello. Okay, yeah. We'll confuse on that guy, there's no point even trying. It's 11%. Good. Dodging to 24, we're still going to keep doing that. We'll do it all game. Invocations is almost at 12. I wonder if we'll keep doing that. Maybe not. There's no point trying to confuse this guy either. Necronomicon. It's not quite Apportation. Handbook of Attacks. It's got shock in it, but no, still not. Grab this sack of spiders. Oh, there's books everywhere. Apportation, there we go, we did it. Okay. I'm so happy we did vaults. Sweet. And that's gonna go on. I don't know where that's gonna go. N maybe? Okay, yep. So that will potentially allow us now to ninja the orb. I'm very happy. Oh dear. The metal walls, when they blow up, do more damage than regular stone ones. So, taking LRD here is extra dangerous. The crystal walls are even worse. They really hurt. Alright, can't do that. Stop picking. I'm being lazy and not auto-targeting it, but come on. Oh, I just tried to confuse the air. Never mind, we'll just tab him. We could leave now. So we got our Apportation, we got our rune. That war gargoyle is kind of hard to hex, but we can touch him. I don't know. At this point we've almost done it. We may as well just finish it off, see what else is in here. More war gargoyles apparently. Dude. Oh yeah, I remember how we fight these guys. Yeah, Monovipers. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Alright. What is our translocations. It's only at 3. With a +4 aptitude, I feel like maybe we should do it a bit more. We probably... we've got invocations to 12, which has dropped shadow form to 8, and will probably last a reasonable amount of time. I think that's okay. I'm going to focus... I kind of want to focus fighting, but I also know that we need unarmed because our plan is to melee the orbs of fire. So maybe I'll focus fighting and unarmed. I'm going to train some translocations as well. One thing is that if you're trying to ninja the rune while you're in shadow form, all your spell powers are lowered, so you can fail to do it, as in pick up the orb. Alright, so I guess we're heading into Zot now. Alright. I guess it's good to have an RF on. We're probably going to have to do a bit of ring switching. The green draconians are going to make us need poison resistance. When we see orbs of fire, we'll probably want to get 3 points of RF, which will be done, I'm going to say, by 2 rings and then quaffing resistance. And then we've got 6 mites and 7 haste. Let's see, just check our shopping list. Looks like there aren't any potions anywhere to buy. Alright, there's some invis that is not super important. We've got 2 of those, so I'm not going to bother. And then what else? Another potion of might. We should probably buy that one. And Berserk Rage, we've got 6 of those. Okay, let's go get the might. Alright, into Zot, here we go. Is this going to be it? Oh yeah, that's right, there are ancient liches around. Well, it didn't go so well last time. Let's have a new go. Ooh, we tried the Iron Shot. So he's got Bolt of Fire, Iron Shot, 5% chance to confuse us, and can summon greater demons. This is our test run, I guess, because we're potentially going to see Ancient Liches in Zot 5 as well. And we're planning to use our hastes and mites against the Orbs of Fire. If we can't kill Ancient Liches as well, we're kind of in trouble, because we don't have enough mites for Ancient Liches and Orbs of Fire. Okay, looks like this works. Alright, I'm happy then. Let's go into Zot. Here we go. Do we have magic mappings? We've got exactly 5. So we could dive. That would be one option. I'm just thinking, do we want the XP? Probably. Yeah, we're gonna full clear it. Any extra unarmed combat and fighting we can get before we get to Zot 5 will be good. And a lot of this stuff is actually not too bad. So these draconians, except for the purple ones which are harder to hex, like look at this, that's a 72% chance to ensorcel this guy, which he then resisted. And again, and again. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's confusion still. And then confusing touch will get this guy. Gotta be mindful that if we ever get hit by one of those bolts, it's going to strip our deflector missiles. And they're all the purple ones, naturally. Let's see if we can... No, we can't. And we do want to confusing touch him, stab him, but we also don't want to get poison cloud, so I'm just going to confuse the green one and then try to stab the purple one. We lost our deflector missiles again. Let's put it on. Okay, good. And these ones we can ensorcel. Apparently we can't. Hey, the poison vape's still useful, I guess. Alright, now we're in a poison cloud. We need poison resist on. Instead of protection from fire, I guess. And again, we can ensorcel all non-purple ones. Good. Translocations to 4. We probably won't train that much. Even though it doesn't cost us very much with a +4 aptitude. We don't need huge amounts. Because we will quaff a brilliance when and if we're apporting the orb. Just gonna shadow step to them because the Quicksilver dragons are kind of rough. They're fast and can't be hexed. I'm gonna shadow step to the purple one. Shh. Ah, too good to be true. Okay, I'm saying the purple one's probably gonna tick out to poison. Good. There's our first orb of fire. We could ignore this. Orbs of fire can't open doors and hasn't seen us, so if we just shut this door and then we just go downstairs and pretend this didn't happen, we won't have to fight this guy. I mean, could shadow step to the orb of fire and try to stab it, but my experience, I've tried stabbing orbs of fire before. You tend not to kill them, and then they're very angry. So we're just gonna ignore him. Now let's keep going. Good. I really just want to keep shadow stepping everyone. And maybe we should have the ring of stealth on, but no. Having the RF is good. Just wanted to get the Moth of Wrath before it zerked the Shadow Dragon. Hey. Good. I think I should be using the Mana Vipers for those sorts of fights too, because not only will they help do damage, but they potentially distract. Damn it. Everyone's awake. Actually, that's okay because we can hex stab all these ones. It's just the Quicksilver Dragon. We'll make some Mana Vipers, and we really need to get the Moth of Wrath before he zerks. 72%. Okay, good. There's another one. Jeez. Okay, let's read. We've got 8 Scrolls of Fear. It's unlikely to work on the Quicksilver Dragon due to its MR, but it should get the Moths of Wrath. So we're just going to fear that one away. It resisted it. Okay, good. So if we could just, yeah. Okay, good. Now the Moths of Wrath don't matter. There we go. They're not scary on their own. It's just when they're gonna zerk the dragons. Oh yeah, magic mapping. That's right. We've got one for every floor. Fancy that. We're gonna check. No, we're not gonna check our hatch up. I really like checking hatches up, but it might land us right over here. So not hatching. Oops. Good. Okay. The cursed toe is really scary. Okay, with other things noticed us. That's a shame. Because it's got, well, it is and it isn't. It's got torment. One way I've killed them before, actually though, with being death, is by digging your kill hole, going into shadow form so that you're torment immune, and then just with your weakened attacks, just punching it. So we could do that. We could also go down and again sort of just not deal with it. How many of our stairs down have we seen? Just the one. Let's explore. Oh no, it's kind of guarding these other two. Let's see if we can get to them. And actually, let's do this other side too first before we start skipping. Alright. Never mind. Stabs. So there's one stair here. Alright, yeah, one of the stairs over there. Oh no, the stair that I had seen was a hatch, right. So this is our only legitimate stair we've seen. Is that a big deal? It's not a huge deal. If we make it to the Oberon, you can haste if you have any left and shadow form. So even if you see panlords and that sort of thing, it's usually pretty okay getting away. So I guess we'll just go down and we'll not worry about the cursed toe. Well, this is a crazy looking vault that we don't really want a part of. Just before, that is a dog going nuts. Before we go up, let's just magic map. Okay, so it looks like all three of the stairs are in this vault maybe. That's really nice, thank you game. These are diggable walls around us. How many digging do we have? 8, not a lot. Let's go up. Should recharge that digging wand actually. We've only got one recharging, but that's the one that we're most likely going to need. That's pretty crucial actually. Alright, so we're going to go around this way. I'm going to try to ignore the dog. I mean, as cats, dogs are our mortal enemies. I'm a bit wary of... so we're going to get piety in here from killing all the fire enemies. Dith will like that. But I'm a bit wary that I don't want to use all my piety on shadow steps. Because we want to have shadow form. It's very crucial. In doing Zop 5 and escaping probably. Alright, we made it to these stairs. I guess we can go down. Okay, this was the stair I was hoping for. The one that potentially lets us just walk out of here. And not deal with this for nonsense. Probably going to X this area out and then we'll explore on the outside. And on to 17. Also, our translocations is already at 6.4. That's probably too much. Let's set a skill target. We'll take it to 7. I would turn it off, but 6.4 is such a irregular seeming number that I couldn't do it. 3% chance. Apparently Soul Eaters have really good MR. I knew that, but I didn't realize it was that good. Good. Stabbing stuff is so satisfying. How about these guys? Yeah, they've got really good MR too. Oh right, they also they poison you very heavily. Although I've still got the poison resist ring on. Man, I'm being lazy. Let's put on fire resistance instead. Or maybe even stealth. No, we don't need the stealth. We'll put it on for Zop 5 though. Now let's do it. Let's just have the stealth on. Let's drop the ring of +2 protection. Although actually we probably want that for the all run. I don't know, there are too many things. Let's go ring of stealth instead of fire. And if we see a fire enemy, we need to put it on. Suddenly there's an Ancient Lich firing orbs of destruction at us. He has 3% paralyze, a lightning bolt, orb of destruction, and haste. We'll step around the corner. Let's make some mana vipers. Gonna instruct them to get on him. And maybe I should dig like this. I wonder if these guys will just kill him. It's possible. Okay, not if he has help though. We've got no acid charges left. Maybe we'll make a I was gonna say box of beasts. We've only got one. I don't especially want to waste it. Put File of Floods in. That might do it. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not getting constricted here. Oh, I confused him. Now if you could just hit the Ancient Lich for me. What in your confusion. We're also running out of mana, so this is not good. I think I'm going to go a box of beasts. And if you guys could get the Ancient Lich for me. Still not quite. We've got enough mana for one more Mana Viper. I think this should do it. Yep, okay, got there. Fighting to 20, translocations to 7. It turns off. And we're going, yeah, fighting, unarmed, dodging. Cool. Resistant potion, always very nice. Particularly for electric golems that we might end up seeing. Good. The death cobs are fast and slow you and hit relatively hard, but they're also fairly easy to hex. Here's another cursed toe. And we've got liches and stuff. We should just not be doing anything to do with this vault, I think. Let's X out more of it. Alright, so there's cursed toe and liches there. The rest of the floor, there's a stair down here we haven't seen yet. But this upper right hand stuff we probably don't need to do. So we'll just explore over to this other stair. Excuse me. And I wouldn't mind digging a path through. So now it's accessible if we need it to get out on the way back. I'm just checking to see that I'm not being constricted, and I am now. This is also not so good. Okay, we blinded him. Okay, because we don't have RLEC. That was risky, because I didn't have any RF on. We'll do this little bit over here on the left, and then we'll head down again. So you're going pretty well so far. Killer clowns. They have chaos attacks, which means you want to have protection from everything. So we want our poison resistance on, because their poison, if they hit you with a poison attack, is really heavy. And we also want RF on, rather than the protection. And we'll see. Actually, Confusing Touch was probably a waste because their hit dice is really high. Well, it worked. Fancy that. Switch our rings back. Cool. Alright, I think it's time to go down. It's all happening today. Now we've got planes going. Alright, cool. onto Zot 4. Another one. What is this book? Oh, that was the application book, right? Okay, so this one looks... it's just a funky floor, I think. It's not... This isn't an actual vault or anything. So I think we can clear this floor unless we find like another orb of fire or something. Also, alarm trap, nice. Glad we didn't hit that one. Okay, can we get confuse on this guy? We can. Let's use confusion though. Okay, good. Do not want Zerked due to a faster than us. We still haven't quite got him. Can we throw out an ice blast? Not unless we want to hit our own dudes. How about a... Okay, wow, the Mana Viper killed him, I think. Did he really? He did, sweet. Thank you, Mana Viper. I'm kind of running away because we don't have deflect missiles on, so I really don't want to fight the Storm Dragon. Alright, there you go. Now I can. Quicksilver Dragons everywhere. Quicksilver Dragons and Moss of Wrath everywhere. Sweet. So much easier when you don't have to do it. We've got 4 Phantom Mirrors as well. I was just thinking, they're really not useful in Orbs of Fire though. Because they're immune to fire, so you've seen it if you've ever used Gozag to bribe Zot and you had some Orbs of Fire fighting other Orbs of Fire. They just sit there, they can't actually hurt each other. And let's see, I want to show you this. Storm Dragon. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, anti-magic is really funny because there are some things that anti-magic will help that you would never think of as a spell. But in this case, Dragon Breath, anti-magic doesn't help you with. Can't be silenced or anti-magicked. Never mind. I thought maybe anti-magic did help on that, but no. Cursed Togen. I mean, if we can stab it... Yeah, like that. Okay, never mind. Why was I afraid? It's just the Quicksilver Dragons that we need our poison on. Do we? Probably. But I'm being lazy. Okay, our poison, RF goes on. And we might still need our poison if he clouds us. Did not. Sweet. This would be really good if we had bothered to learn Animate Skeleton as well. So like, we could have had all these skeletons of dragons helping us out. But it's another thing where I've been lazy. We are taking way too much constriction damage. We are also failing to break out of it. There we go. That was not good. You have a chance. You attempt to break out of it. So if you leave it too late, like I did, I let him constrict us for a few turns, and then as I tried to break out of it, failed. It should break out of it immediately. Again, we're not checking the hatch because we might end up in the vault at the top. A ring of flight, nice. Okay, we're constricted. This time I am trying to break out and we're failing, but at least it happened beforehand. As in, we failed it before we were actually about to die, rather than doing it the last minute and failing. Okay, I just did a quick check of deflector missiles. Also, shouldn't be here because this is allowing us to get double zapped. So I should probably move up to like a spot like this. Alright, onto Zop 5. Zop's been okay so far. Of course, Zop 5 is where you expect it to be the hardest. So we're going to do the outside. Are we? I don't know that we are actually. So one thing that we can attempt to do, and in order to do that I should put stealth on. Probably rather than protection. So just in case we do see an orb of fire, we don't just get blown up with no RF on. So one thing you can do, potentially, you can at least attempt it, is you can shadow step your way to the orb. As long as things don't wake up. So we can give that a go. And if we're unsuccessful, then we might have to just attempt this normally. Well, we don't need to do it yet. Although actually we do want to shadow step this guy. Alright. Okay, never mind. Storm Dragon woke up. Okay, plan aborted. Back to the stairs. And actually, what am I doing? We need to confuse the Moth of Wrath before he zerks everyone. And again. The Death Cob in his confusion hit and slowed the Storm Dragon. That's pretty sick. Okay, as long as we can deal with this stuff relatively quietly, we might not wake up all the Orb Guardians. We might still be able to shadow step our way in. Where did the Death Club go? I don't know. Alright, let's go. Dare to dream. No. Okay, wake up. Okay, the Orb Guardians are kind of scary. They're fast and they hit relatively hard. So the plan is, we make some Mana Vipers. Yeah, they have really good MR, so they can't really be hexed. And then we're Confusing Touch. And yeah, okay, that does do it. Good, I'm glad. This Death Cob's just running away, dude. The other thing I've got to watch with double zaps, but also is running out of piety. Okay, reach level 26, good. Alright, let's give it another go. Actually, and if we're going to do this, so if we're going to charge in and try this, we should be doing all our buffs beforehand. It's possible this will go horribly wrong and we'll die, but there are a couple of things to note. One, as long as we get the orb, if we then die, that's fine, because it'll probably kick us back out here somewhere and then we can just leave. Also, if we die in getting the orb, again, we lose a life. It's not a huge deal, but we'd still rather not. But it's, again, we should buff up first. So we're going to go haste, because this, or not leak, this could go very wrong very quickly. So we're going to go haste, we're going to go agi. The extra dex on agi helps our stealth as well, so that's an added bonus. We're going to go, probably should do resistance, because we might be about to meet a whole bunch of orbs of fire. And let's go brilliance, in case we're about to try to port the rune. Alright, so in we go. I probably shouldn't even be taking the turn to stab them, but okay, that's a Zot trap, so that side's no good. Alright. Alright, here we go. Plan is to shadow step to the orb and then try to ninja it. Oh god, this is so scary. None of this stuff is in our aura, so I can't shadow step up. Alright, this orb dude is alive. Alright, the orbs of fire are alive. We're in trouble. Okay. So it looks like we've got no choice but to ninja here. Everything's awake. These orb guardians are about to go berserk. And that's really scary. So I think our first priority has got to be to not get these Zerk Orb Guardians. So I want to read a Fear Scroll to try to get rid of the Moth of Wrath. And actually, it might be too late. I'm thinking, if I read Vulnerability first, I could actually probably get rid of all the Orb Guardians too, but that turn that we read Vulnerability, they might instantly Zerk, and then they won't be feared. So let's try Fear first. Okay, as long as we get the Moth of Wrath. Okay, we did. Alright, good. Now, because we're about to take a ton of damage from everything that's about to chase us down here, we want to be doing Shadow Form. Okay, that's going to give us 50% damage reduction, and also here come all the orbs of fire. It's probably worth taking a turn to put on the extra ring of RF rather than the ring of stealth. Alright, and here we go. I'm literally shaking right now, but let's go. Let's take this really slowly. There's no backing out of this. Like at this point, we're pretty much in over our heads. This is like the definition of being in over one's head. So we're just going for it. I'm charging for the orb. We've got our brilliance up, so we can apport it. I'm thinking maybe we should be. We're gonna take it slow, but remember that potions of magic are also effectively heal wounds, and we have 2 actual heal wounds potions too. So we've got a fair bit of healing here. I'm also wondering if we should be reading teleport yet. Probably not. But it is going to be delayed. That's okay. If we get the orb and then we die, like that's probably okay. Okay. Strange energies curse through your body. You feel stronger. What else do we have? Okay, we have to use MP for our wands. One potential problem you get here that we're maybe going to see, okay, is that these orb guardians can block you from getting in the room if you can't see it. Okay, so we can see the orb. So we've got our brilliance up. So I'm just thinking maybe we should try to fear all these guys away, so we're not just getting wailed on while we apport it. Yeah, I think so. Let's do that. Oh, actually, I can shadow step to this guy. What am I talking about? That's even better. Oh, he's not in the aura. Okay, never mind. I'm just thinking what's better. Because if we start stepping in here, the orbs of fire are not going to shoot us. But we're also currently surrounded by a whole bunch of orb guardians. So maybe that's worse. Don't know. I'm going to say, let's shadow step up to this guy. Oh god, there are orb guardians everywhere. Alright, we've got a turn or two. Maybe we should be reading teleport first. Man, this is crazy. I love ninjaing the rune. It's so exciting. Like, Death of course makes this possible, but yeah, it's super exciting. Okay, I think maybe we should be reading teleport here. We've got a turn or two before the orb guardians, the ones that are awake, get on top of us. And this is going to be delayed. Alright, we're now teleporting. Let's see if we can apport the rune to us. And when we try this, our orb run starts. So at this point, I was going to say, if you've committed to ninjaing the rune like this, you're definitely committed. But if you try to apport the rune and you fail, you 100 million% are committed because you've started your orb run. There's a good chance that we might fail it here because in shadow form, the strength of our spells is lowered. But that's why we've got brilliance, and that's why we train some translocations. Let's find the spell letter so I don't accidentally cast orb grabs or something. It's on N. Okay, we got it. We pulled it to us, but you've got to remember as well that you've then got to pick it up. So we pick it up. Okay, we've got the orb. So now we're just going to try to stay alive until our teleport kicks in. But really, if we die here, it's not a huge deal. We'll then have, so we've got 2 extra lives. Even if we do die, then we'll have an extra life to do the orb run, which should be fine. Although I note that we actually have dropped below shadow form piety. So that's actually really bad. That's really, really bad. So let's try not to die. The best way to do that would be to fear these guys away, I'd say. And they have good MR, but if you halve their MR first with the Scroll of Vulnerability, then you could do that. We could also just blink. Is blink better? I'm going to say no. I don't know. See, reading Vulnerability then Fear is 2 turns. And we've got 1, 2, 3, like a whole bunch that are all potentially going to start hitting us. Maybe we should blink then. Yeah, okay, let's blink. Alright, that looks bad, but it's actually good. We've got full RF, so we're less afraid of the orbs of fire, perhaps, than we are of the orb guardians. That seems strange, but I think that's true, especially because if they try with bolts, we've got deflector missiles. Well, I guess we just start running. In shadow form, any damage you take makes clouds like this, so actually it's blocking our sight back in. So I think we go blink again because we're probably going to go down right or down left. It's not too bad. Orbs of fire everywhere. If we could just have our teleport go off, that would be great. You feel yourself slow down. Let's haste again. Okay, so we've still got all our resist, all that stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orbs of fire on the screen. I'm going to say we should quaff a magic potion. That's like basically like a heal wounds. And then we'll step into the fog. It will obstruct a couple of them from us. And maybe we'll blink again. Come on, teleport. Your surroundings seem different and we are out. Okay, back up the stairs, let's go. Alright, so I remember now, because I'm so bad at this, that I should be using the regen spell. I should have been using that the whole time. And so now we're just going to get GD0. Unfortunately, we don't have any more shadow form for the orb run. So if we see any tormentors or any panlords, shadow form's out of the question. But we can still haste and resist and all that stuff. Let's go. I also like how I spoke so much about how we're going to deal with orbs of fire, and then we literally didn't kill any of them. GD0, let's go. Ninja cat. Oh, right, and also our rings. Okay. Yeah. We've currently, let's keep regen up. We've currently got 2 RF rings on. We don't want that. We only need 1. So let's put on probably +3 protection. And I guess protection from fire is worth it, because we might see like a firestorm panlord or something like that. Where's our exit? It's over here. Just go away. You too. Alright. We are going... We probably can't avoid him. Maybe we could probably avoid him with haste, actually. How many? We've still got 5. Yeah, okay. We're probably not going to need 5 haste on the orb run. So I'm going to say, let's haste. That one. Now that we're fast, we're just going to sprint. I guess up towards this hatch takes us away from the Reaper. Cool. Yep. Really go through. Yep. So we're using these hatches on our orb run. That's why we checked them. Blizzard demons. We basically can't do much to them, but we are faster. I'm just thinking, we still got 6 potions of resistance. We may as well just chuck that on. And then if he lightning bolts us, it won't hurt so much. On we go. Oh wow, we just fast traveled all the way to D1. That's insane. Alright, there you go. There you go, that's a Felid. 12 hours, 12:30. Good old Felid. And we didn't lose a life at all. So when people say Felid's really hard or it's really bad, was this game hard? Not really. Was it long and tedious? Kind of, yeah. So I think I'd probably go back to my preferred approach. Well, not approach, but basically only playing Felids when they're worth a lot of tournament points, because they're not my favorite species to play. But you can see, and if you have been watching them all, I don't know what's wrong with you. But even if you saw it in snatches, perhaps. If you are patient and you run from everything and you try not to take any risks that might kill you, Felid is not hard. Because, like, even situations where we nearly died, there were a couple, and they were mostly where I still was probably being too bold. Like, I can think of the Ancient Lich nearly killed us when it made an Executioner, whereas we could have avoided that fight if I had wanted to. And a couple of things like that. Aside from those, we never even really died. Even ninjaing the orb there, like, it looks scary, and it is, but I don't think we were close to dying. We still had a lot of healing. And so, yeah, we didn't even nearly die once, and then we had extra lives. So how can you lose? How can you die as a Felid? If you're patient, you can't. Well, I mean, you can, but it's a very strong species if you are patient. Anyway, that's enough about Felid. Try not to play another one of those anytime soon. If you are a cat lover, I hope you enjoyed it. And I guess I'll see you for the next playthrough. Bye.